नमस्कार. सगळ्या पाहुण्यांचं मी मनापासून स्वागत करते. माझं नाव डॉक्टर मंजिरी ठाकूर. आज मराठी भाषा गौरव दिवस आहे म्हणून पहिलं वाक्य मी मराठीत बोलले. The program is going to be in English. I warmly welcome one and all for this lovely evening at the Prince of Wales Museum. We have met for a very special occasion, and I'm going to tell you a story that takes every one of us 50 years back. Just completed his teens, a young lad, thin and tall, was climbing footsteps of Sir J.J. School of Art, the iconic institution of Asia. Not very short, and he found a painting hung on the walls of the staircases. The lad, so thin and frail, got so caught up by each and every layer of the painting that for a while he forgot his own identity. And that was the inspiration to have one legendary journey to begin to follow the another legend who had been at the end of the tunnel. Whom am I talking about? Well, I'm coming to it very slowly. But this man, that young boy, soon graduated from Sir J.J. School of Art. He began walking on the unknown path to track the legend Vasudev Santu Gaitonde. 50 years of his life he dedicated with his blood and sweat to pen down, to catch up every single moment Gaitonde probably lived and nobody really noticed. I'm talking about none other than Satish Naik. The man behind the curtain who always stayed like that forever. But it wasn't possible to have all of you here and to have this wonderful book with us if Satish had not done those efforts for 50 years. But what, in a whole, is Satish Naik and Gaitonde about? What was the journey like? It was almost like Dronacharya and Ekalavya, because Satish never met Gaitonde ever in his life. And honestly, he never even tried to make an attempt. It must have been a difficult journey for sure. So, yes, we are talking about legendary Vasudev Santu Gaitonde, one of India's finest modernists and someone who actually shaped and painted the new India, the modern Indian art. He was one of the painters who took Indian art much, much ahead of time. Having said that, I come up with a lovely quote by Campbell which says that pictures invite the eye not to rush along, but to rest for a while and dwell with them in enjoyment for their revelation. After this, there's a lovely sentence that comes by Dr. Harsha Daheja where he says, this revelation is subtle and available only to the inquiring mind, which was Satish. So his inquiring mind was ready to enter in all the layers of Gaitonde. It's not easy to track and trace somebody who is not in front of you. It's not easy to understand each and every layer of the painting that has no interpretation of its own, because Gaitonde never wanted to interpret his paintings. The journey of the English version of this book is a long story again. And when we began this, the first name, of course, in front of us was Shantaji Gokhale. We waited for her time, and ma'am, thank you so much. We waited for her time. We allowed her energy to flow into all the possible dimensions. There was no way we could control on her at all. She was phenomenal. Another legend I really wanted to be part of this book was Firoza Godrej. And I just requested, where we could do this together. And she was on board. The whole journey of being Gaitonde in this form of huge, humongous book was not easy. Because on every step of our journey, we encountered more than problems that we could count. The first problem was the language. The other problem was the pandemic, which put the whole project down for 2 years. Every single day we were getting up in hopes that we were doing Gaitonde, and everything was pulling us back. But obviously, the dreams come true. And when they come true, they become legend itself. So for a legend, from a legend, it was an endless journey. And as we see, the journey is between two mirrors. It's endless. We never thought the book would be completed in a given span of time. Obviously, we waited for it, and we continued to wait for a long period of time. This must have been a phenomenal journey for all of you to be curious about, but very shortly we're going to come to everything, every single thing that you all are waiting to hear from us. So here's what I'm going to hand over. But before that, I'm just going to quickly tell about the publications of Gaitonde from 2001. So Satish, for the first time, brought in the whole compilation of Gaitonde in a publication in Chinha in 2001. In 2006, the entire Marathi book was published. 2016 saw its Hindi version by Lalit Kala Academy. Believe it or not, there was one man behind this doing all the running around, who is Satish. And since 2016, yes, I think it deserves a round of applause. Because he's not going to talk about himself, and because nobody will know what his passionate following of your own idol is, I'm here to talk about him, and there are many people who are going to talk about Gaitonde. So yes, 2016 saw the Hindi translation of Gaitonde by Lalit Kala Academy. Again, it was a fantastic version. Ever since then, people all over the world who followed Gaitonde, who loved Gaitonde, who looked at Indian art only through the lens of V.S. Gaitonde, were constantly after Satish to have this publication in English. And today, we are actually there with the book. If I have to go, I might turn into tears, because this journey has been part of our every single breath in the last many years. We have walked with every single step, with every single word, with every single sigh that man must have left for us. So thank you so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to hand over to Sandhya ji Gokhale, and she's going to take the dais ahead. Thank you so much.